Most people believe clear thinking is something you either have or you don't. But neuroscience tells a different story. The human brain is designed to reorganize itself through experience, attention, and intention. This ability, known as neuroplasticity, means clarity is not a personality trait. It is a trainable skill. When we slow down and begin observing how our thoughts move, something interesting happens. The noise starts to settle, patterns appear, and the mind begins doing what it was always capable of, thinking with calm precision. Clear thinking begins with a simple ability that many people underestimate: attention. The brain strengthens whatever it repeatedly focuses on. Neuroscientists often say that attention is the gateway to neuroplasticity because every moment of focused awareness signals the brain to build stronger neural connections. When you deliberately guide your attention, your mind gradually becomes less scattered and more organized. Thoughts slow down, priorities become clearer, and decision-making improves. In many ways, attention is the steering wheel of the mind. Your brain is constantly adjusting itself to the way you live. Every habit, conversation, or moment of curiosity leaves a small trace in neural pathways. Over time, these traces grow stronger and begin shaping how easily certain thoughts appear. This is why learning to think clearly is not about forcing the mind. It is about guiding experience. When curiosity replaces mental noise, the brain naturally reorganizes itself toward clarity, efficiency, and creativity. One of the most powerful mental upgrades begins with observation. Instead of immediately reacting to every thought, you learn to watch them appear and disappear. Neuroscientists studying mindfulness have discovered that this simple shift activates brain regions connected with regulation and awareness. When thoughts are observed rather than followed automatically, mental space opens. Within that space, clearer ideas begin to form, and decisions become more intentional. Clear thinking does not require a perfectly silent mind. Instead, it requires a balanced nervous system. When the body feels calm and safe, the brain shifts into a state where reasoning, creativity, and insight become easier. Breathing slowly, moving through nature, or focusing deeply on meaningful work can help the nervous system settle. In this state, the mind becomes less reactive and more curious. Sometimes clear thinking transforms into something even more powerful: flow. During flow states, the brain coordinates multiple regions at once, creating a feeling of effortless focus. Time seems to move differently, and ideas connect naturally. Researchers studying performance often describe flow as the brain operating at its most harmonious level. It is not forced concentration. It is focused energy moving smoothly through the mind. The brain is an energy-intensive organ. Even though it represents only a small portion of body weight, it uses a remarkable amount of metabolic energy. That is why sleep, movement, and proper rest play such important roles in clear thinking. When the brain receives consistent energy and recovery, neural networks communicate more efficiently. Thoughts become sharper, and creative connections appear more easily. Curiosity acts like fuel for the brain. When we become curious about something, dopamine circuits activate and signal the brain that learning is valuable. This chemical encouragement helps new neural pathways form more easily. Clear thinkers often share one common trait. They remain curious about the world. Instead of assuming they already understand everything, they continue asking questions. Clear thinking is not a talent reserved for a few people. It is something the brain gradually learns through practice. Just like muscles adapt to exercise, neural pathways strengthen when we repeatedly guide our attention with intention. Over time, the mind becomes less reactive and more deliberate. Decisions begin to feel easier. Thoughts organize themselves more naturally. This is the quiet power of training the mind. Small moments of awareness slowly building a brain that works with clarity and purpose. One of the greatest advantages of clear thinking is space. When the mind is constantly busy reacting to everything around it, ideas struggle to form. But when attention becomes steady, a quiet space appears between thoughts. In that space, insight has room to grow. Researchers studying creativity often notice the same pattern. Clarity comes when the mind has time to breathe. As the mind becomes clearer, focus naturally deepens. Tasks that once felt scattered begin to align into a single direction of energy. This is where flow states begin to appear more often. In flow, the brain synchronizes multiple networks at once, allowing attention, creativity, and action to move together. The experience feels smooth, almost effortless. Instead of pushing the mind to work harder, clarity allows the brain to work smarter. Curiosity plays a powerful role in clear thinking. When we become genuinely interested in something, the brain releases chemicals that encourage exploration and learning. This is why curiosity often leads to deeper understanding. Instead of forcing concentration, curiosity gently pulls attention forward. Questions begin to appear naturally, and the brain becomes more engaged with the world. Clear thinking allows the brain to recognize patterns that were once hidden in the noise. Instead of reacting to isolated moments, the mind begins connecting ideas across time and experience. This ability to see patterns is one of the foundations of wisdom. It helps people anticipate outcomes, understand complex situations, and make thoughtful decisions. The brain functions best when it receives consistent energy and recovery. Sleep, movement, and moments of rest allow neural networks to reset and organize information. Without these rhythms, thinking becomes slower and less precise. With them, the brain operates with remarkable efficiency. As clarity develops, awareness naturally expands. People begin noticing details they once overlooked: subtle emotions, patterns in conversations, opportunities in everyday moments. This expanded awareness changes how we experience the world. The future of human potential may depend less on technology and more on how well we understand our own minds. As neuroscience continues to reveal the brain's flexibility, it becomes clear that thinking itself is a skill that can evolve. Clear thinking is not about becoming perfect or eliminating every distracting thought. It is about building a mind that knows how to return to focus, curiosity, and awareness. The brain is constantly learning from how we use it. Each moment of attention, reflection, and curiosity quietly shapes the neural pathways of tomorrow.